The victory last night put the Hawks in position to pass FIU in the Sun Belt this afternoon. Warhawks and Golden Panthers, check out the umps Fu Manchu. That thing is awesome. Now steer wrestling takes strength and coordination. There you go. And the willingness to get a little dirty. After a crushing loss in the top 28 a season ago, the Arcadia basketball team has come back as a team on a mission. Hurricane Katrina may have devastated Jonathan's neighborhood and destroyed his house, but it never affected his resolve. With Thanksgiving just around the corner and with their highest win total in 3 years, the Louisiana Tech football team has plenty to be thankful for.
One-on-one competition. That's what I like, you and him, just one-on-one. That's my favorite thing about it.
How do you get used to getting hit in the face?
Repetition.
This may look brutal, it might seem barbaric, but MMA has taken what looks like a street fight and brought it to mainstream America.
What the fight is on right now. This fight is not won in the ring.
I wear a suit and tie during the day, and I come here and change clothes and then get all hot and sweaty.
Being a certain type of athlete is not a requirement. Football players, kickboxers, martial arts experts, they all can be found at Full Force Academy. The only requirement?
Best thing I can tell you is heart.
Hard. This is hard. I said, I know you're tired. I know you're hard. I know that you're working hard. But there's going to be several times in life that things are going to get hard, that you're going to be tired. You just got to keep punching. You've got to keep going.
With virtually no rules in its infancy, MMA was outlawed on television sets across the country. But with a change in ownership and a strict safety guideline for fighters, MMA elbowed its way into popular culture.
It is exactly like a street fight with gloves on and a referee. It's just that there's a point in time in this particular fight a guy can tap out. You can't tap out in a street fight or bar fight.
It's one thing to talk about MMA, it's another thing to try it. After 7.2 seconds in the cage, I realized that the title of MMA fighter was not in my cards, but the dream lives on for the students at Full Force.
Our trainers taught us different. We always set the standard high. You know, he wants us, you know, go pro or somewhere of that level. And, you know, and he tells us if you show the true dedication, he's got the skills and, you know, we'll make it.
With critics still wary of MMA because of its raw brutality, the reality is that the street fight is kicked down the door and made its way into our living rooms. For KNOE 8 Sports, I'm Neema Yazdani. With the bright lights of the Superdome shining from up above, Destiny managed to find its way into the Superdome last Saturday night. We connected! Two cities, 300 miles apart, found themselves united, rooting for each other in their respective state championship games.
The main thing I said, I wanted our quarterback, Rich Turner, to do well, and my former quarterback, Randy Mackler, to do well.
July of 2006, TV8 went to Port Sulphur almost a year after Hurricane Katrina, only to find the city in ruins. Corroded buses on the side of the road, abandoned houses and school zones. What was once a thriving community was now a ghost town.
For a lot of these kids, the only thing they had was school and athletics. And then most of them, at the end of the day, was going back to FEMA trailers.
Randall Mackey at the time was Port Sulphur's star sophomore quarterback, in line to cement his legacy, following a brother who had won a state title of his own. But the hurricane whisked him 300 miles north to Bastrop, where he never lost a game on the field.
But this is my high school game, so I'm just, you know, just excited.
While Mackey was setting records, Coach Crutchfield stayed in Port Sulphur, determined to build a winner.
I'm in here for the long haul. You won't see Cyril Crutchfield anywhere else but down here in Plaquemines Parish. I thought it would have been Port Sulphur, but it'd be South Plaquemines.
Port Sulphur consolidated with two other schools to form the South Plaquemines Hurricanes.
Bad things will happen. You will possibly lose a job or lose a loved one or go through a divorce. You know, and it's not really what you're going to do when that happens. It's basically what you're going to do after that happens.
And the kids and coaching staff responded.
Remember, this has been a very emotional day for Mackey. As you mentioned, Coach Foster, here's a guy who would have played for South Plaquemines if he had stayed there after Katrina. South Plaquemines with a dominant win in 1A today. No doubt happy to see his neighbors and his friends from days old win the state championship and then come back and win the state championship on his own.
That's just family, you know. We just came together. That's how it is.
I don't know what to say. Just means so much to us growing up and stuff. And this has always been a dream, and it just came true.
And for South Plaquemines and Bastrop, destiny had a way of turning those dreams into reality. For TV8 Sports, I'm Neema Yazdani. With a sweep in yesterday's doubleheader against Fresno State, Louisiana Tech baseball team made an emphatic statement to the rest of the WAC. They're not going down without a fight. Clawing their way out of the conference cellar, Tech was hoping for a strong performance this afternoon to keep their WAC tournament dreams alive. Wade Simino and Louisiana Tech trying to rattle off their third straight victory over Fresno State. Let's go to the first. Patrick Thomas gets things started. Dribbler gets through the infield. Terrific series from the Neville products, who homered in last night's doubleheader. Sets things up nicely for Kevin Wynn, who hits it 365 feet. Just misses a home run. Nick Grunenwald scores 1-0 Tech. Fresno responds in the second. Danny Munio hits it deep to center field off the wall. Big inning for Fresno. They score 4 runs. In the third, Tech starts to rally. Patrick Thomas hits it way up in the air. The Fresno fielder thinks he's got it. Not so much. And Clint Stubbs is ready to make him pay. Look at him hustle down the third base line. Come on, come on. Stubbs is in. More from Tech in the inning. This time, Nick Grunenwald hits a moonshot, but 2 Fresno fielders collide. Patrick Thomas scores easily. This game went back and forth, but Louisiana Tech scores 3 runs in the 8th to take the lead. They hold on. Final score, Louisiana Tech 14, Fresno State 12. Tech also pulled off the victory in the second game, 14-6. That secures a 4-game sweep of the defending national champions. The Tech bats were on fire. Nick Grunenwald, Kevin Wynn, Devin Daggerford, and Chris Kirsten all homer. They desperately needed a great performance, and they delivered. Tech will try to keep things going against Texas Westgate on Wednesday. LSU Tigers, they lose to Tennessee 9-4. Big loss for them. It marks the first time they haven't won an SEC series in more than a year. Blake Dean is impressive in the loss, though, going 3 for 4 with a homer. ULM is off today, but will pick things up on Tuesday against McNeese State. Switching to the NBA playoffs with 2 of the league's premier point guards in Chauncey Billups and Chris Paul, the Nuggets and Hornets series will feature a duel that should put fans on the edge of their seats. A season ago, Paul finished second in the MVP voting while carrying the Hornets to a division title. This season, he'll need to rally the troops to take the 7th-seeded Hornets past the number 2 seed Denver. Nuggets and Hornets first round of the playoffs. New Orleans trying to steal game 1. First quarter, we talked about the point guard. Check out Billups' dish to Kenyon Martin, who almost takes down the rim. He's got a lot of power. Chris Paul now on the attack. And look at him work. Who does this against NBA players? Chris Paul does this against NBA players. He makes it look easy, but Billups responds with the deep 3. They call him Mr. Big Shot. This game is still going on right now. Denver is leading 25-23 in the first. Chauncey Billups has scored 16 points in the first quarter. Wow.